let's do a Bob Weir memory. Why don't we? Um, this one is from April 12th, 1996, at the Fillmore when there was a Bruce Hornsby show going on. I was working there. I was just a volunteer there at the time, which is why if I was working there, I might have known what was about to happen this night, but I had no idea what was about to go down this night. This was a great night. A great night. Obviously, April 96, Jerry had passed less than a year earlier. Um, I don't recall seeing Bob Weir in any shape or form before this, between Jerry's passing. I know he was out there doing Rat Dog and stuff like that. He would show up at the Fillmore and stuff a lot in the years that I worked there. But at this point, I don't know that I had ever seen Bob Weir. Um, so I was working this Bruce Hornsby show, and I was psyched to see Bruce Hornsby. I grew up in Southern California, kind of into post punk and new wave, and was not really like Bruce Hornsby wasn't on my radar. I think I was familiar with the song "The Way It Is." Uh, I probably heard "Mandolin Rain" at some point in my life, but when I first saw the Grateful Dead, I saw them in February of 1990, which was a Brent show. And the second and third time I saw them was in December of 1990, which was in Bruce Hornsby. And then that's when I really got into it. And so my foundation of the Grateful Dead was the Bruce Hornsby years, and some great stuff. If you look back, listen back to the Bruce Hornsby days. It's good stuff. So I was psyched to work the Bruce Hornsby show. I figured that I was down with him at that point. I still didn't know too much about him. So anyway, the show. I'm when the show starts. I'm on the side of the stage, like Phil's side, like just kind of by the barricade there. And Bruce Hornsby is fantastic. Like he's just such a great live performer. This is my first time I've seen him. He plays like I had a cassette of this show at one point. Two cassettes actually, because it went on. And the first like 90 minutes of my XL2S is like all Bruce Hornsby opens with Spider Fingers. He plays everything: White Wheel Limousine, Rainbow Cadillac, Hot House Ball, Cruise Control. I get very psyched when he goes into Valley Road because I saw him uh, play Valley Road with the Grateful Dead. And anyway, so then he gets on the accordion at one point, and he's playing Sugaree. He has a full band, obviously, of course, and he's playing Sugaree, and then lo and behold, out on the stage comes walking Bob Weir, and there's a guitar setup for him and everything, and they finish out the song together. So they're both singing "Shake It, Shake It, Sugar." It's like, oh my god, this is great, this is great. And so I was like, thinking, okay, this is how we're wrapping things up. This is a great, because he'd already been playing an hour and a half probably at this point, and Bruce Hornsby goes, well, we got Bobby here, so now we're going to utilize him, and they play on the Western Skyline and with Bobby, and okay, that's cool. And then uh, they play Masterpiece. Bobby singing obviously Masterpiece. I'm like, well, I guess we got something going. We're doing something here tonight. So this is just very exciting. Like I said, I don't think I'd seen Bob Weir in any shape or form since the last time I saw the Grateful Dead. I'm like, okay, and they're not done after Masterpiece because that's not a closer. So all of a sudden, Jackstraw starts. I'm like, oh my god, and Bruce Hornsby, sings the Jerry parts, and Bobby sings his parts, and they play Jackstraw, and it's like, oh my god, this was great. This is great. Well, that's not the end of that either, because who walks out on stage after that? Freaking Phil Lesh. Phil Lesh comes out, and they go into trucking, and like, oh god, like, and um, well, okay, well, let's while we're here, let's play Love Light, and they play Love Light, and then as if that's not enough, Not Fade Away with Phil and Bobby and Bruce and his band and backup singers and the whole shebang. And well, they give us one more. They go for the encore. They play The Wait, and of course, Phil sings his verse that everybody loves, and it was just one of those things like, oh my god, this is one of the most amazing, like unexpected nights I've ever had in my life. And that show ends, and everybody is just dumbfounded, like of what just happened. Like you could have been a Bruce Hornsby fan that didn't care about the Grateful Dead, and you had an hour and a half of Bruce Hornsby, and then everybody else like that like was just like, have you ever gone to a show where like it was such an awesome show, and everybody at the end is like that was just an awesome show. This was like this was kind of like that, but like this was so unexpected. Nobody knew like this was going to happen, and it was just one of those nights where like after the show, I was like, I can't believe we were here. We were here for this. We were here for this. Like I said, this was 1996, early in the Bobby's post Grateful Dead career, and just what a wonderful night. Like I said, I had this show on cassette at one point, and it so it's out there recorded somewhere. I can't find it on the interwebs anywhere. If anybody knows a place where I could find this show, Bruce Hornsby at the Fillmore, April 12th, 1996, please let me know. Anyway, this is my Bob Weir memory for the night. I just was thinking about this today, and I thought I would share it with everybody because this was a fun one. So thanks for listening.